So yeah, the newer generation, they're much more concerned about purpose, more impact. And because of the recent news, like wildfires, floodings and everything, social injustice, it's more prevalent in the news. And I think our news generation, they're more aware of that and they are more concerned about that. And so I think it's something that they really concerned about, like more than our previous generation. I always say it starts with values, like what motivates you, what are your desires. So for example, if someone is very unhappy in their work or very unfulfilled, doesn't have any purpose and want to create more impact in their career. So the first question that I would ask is the why question again. It's really going into the core. Why do you want to work in that particular field? Why do you really care about that? There is no wrong or right answer. It's very personalized. So each individual is very unique and different. So what I would always ask is, or what they can ask themselves is, why do you want to work in that particular career? What are your strengths? What are your competencies? What do you hope to create an impact when you work in that particular field? These are the questions that I mainly would be asking them, for example. And you want to switch out of curiosity and your own personal interest to a more green job or green career, that is possible. So even though you don't have experience in green careers, you can still move to a green career by your prior experience. If you don't have that, I would say to volunteer or really to impress the hiring manager why you're a good fit, and really talk about your desire, your passion, and your purpose on why you want to work there. What is your core desire? What do you want to create as an impact? That alone, from my experience, already convinced a hiring manager to take you. And I know that a lot of companies, including my old companies, that they are offering green days, for example, beach cleaning activities or some other green initiative activities. So more and more companies are offering that. And if not, why not suggesting that from within the company and going to your manager or to your supervisor or the upper management and saying all the benefits of why we can have a green initiative. So it all starts from the individual part, and why not starting from the bottom instead of from the top? So I think we as citizens, we can take the ownership and already tackle that issue and creating more awareness within the company. 70% of the workforce will be millennials and then the Gen Z. So according to my studies, 76% of Gen Z, they say the biggest concern are climate change. And as we know, millennials and the Gen Z, they are the main consumers right now, actually. So that would be something to convince a manager, for example, or the upper management. And the generation Alpha, the Alpha are the ones that comes after the Gen Z. That 70% saying that saving the planet will be the central mission. And 38% of employees, or actually millennials and the Gen Z, they say they are more loyal to companies who have corporate sustainability practices. And as well, what companies are really curious about, sales revenues can increase up to 20% if they have corporate sustainability practices. COVID-19, it really accelerated everything, that people are quitting their job number high, especially millennials and Gen Z, because spending more time at home, evaluating their priorities, evaluating their passion, desire, and really evaluating why they do what they do. And this again comes to the question of why and the purpose. Like, why do I do the job that I'm doing? what does it give it to me besides money? So I think people are spending more time at home. They have the time for introspection, to really evaluating. 19, it really, really accelerated everything, that people are quitting their job, number high, especially millennials and Gen Z, because spending more time at home, evaluating their priorities, evaluating their passion and desire, and really evaluating why they do what they do. And this again comes to the question of why and the purpose. Like, why do I do the job that I'm doing? What does it give it to me besides money? So I think people are spending more time at home. They have the time for introspection, to really evaluating. They say they're fearful of failure. So for example, oh, I'm fearful that I don't get anything better than what I'm currently having. So it's a fear of failure, or a fear of judgment. Like, oh, me switching my career, people may judge me, or people say, well, you're stupid, you're doing a wrong decision. So better stay at that corporate job that you hate. So so it's so I would say it's the main thing is fear, and the fear of the unknown, because you don't know what to expect. But I always say, and this is where positive thinking comes into play for me. Why thinking, or why having that perspective of, why shouldn't I deserve things to be better? Like, why should I only limit myself to things to get worse, to earn less money, or to have a shittier job? No. Why shouldn't I change the perspective and have the mindset of, no, things will get better, and it will be better because I put my focus and effort in making things better. This is always what I tell my clients, because these are the fears that they're coming to me with: fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and the fear of judgment. And there's another factor, what I've seen, is the lack of focus. It is, if you get paid for what you do, if you get adequately paid, if you're working if you work in favor to your strengths, if you work towards a mission, so something that you really care about and that creates an impact for the greater good, and something that you're really good at, if you have all of that in alignment, then you are living according to your happiness or fulfillment.